So the Blue Water Beach idea came about prior to the opening of the Bonnet Carré spillway, but it really aligns well with this impacts that we're having on the Gulf Coast right now. So we have seen so much influx of fresh water that it has killed our oysters, it has interrupted tourism, it has stopped people from having recreation on the beach. So all of those things are really critical to the 3 coastal counties. So it's really important that we find alternatives to this. The Blue Water Beach project is an alternative project which would actually create living shorelines outside of the current beach footprint, which could be opened up to allow for natural filtration of salt water. It could be closed when there are times of bad water or lots of freshwater influx. So the Blue Water Beach project is a project for recreation, economic development, and ecology. Imagine having the only blue water beach between Texas and Florida and what the economic impact could be. The economic impact of the algal bloom has been tremendous and devastating to many businesses, including all of the tourism businesses along the Gulf Coast. So we think that ultimately these things could pay for themselves. The concern is going to be a permitting concern and a regulatory concern because these would not be built inside a historic footprint. They would be outside the historic footprint of the beach. But what they would do is it would not be a permanent solution. It could always be removed if these things didn't work or, you know. Okay. So we've identified certain areas in Hancock County that have the same footprint of a place like Rosemary Beach. Well, Rosemary Beach is about 5,000 units. That's about the size of development that it would take to basically offset the cost of maintaining and constructing these sites. And it's not an untested technology. The technology exists. It's been done in Chile and Brazil and other places. It can be done here. The first step is to get some initial funding for a true engineering study, some modeling to figure out if this really can work. It absolutely makes good economic sense even before the spillway opened and we had this problem because the spillway didn't open for the first time in 2019. We really want to find ways to improve the water quality in the Mississippi Sound, but until that happens, this is an alternative to improve the water quality along the Mississippi Sound in a very controlled environment.